welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, hello, my name is Mika. Thank you so much for stopping in. Heart to heart, it's not what you know, it's who you know. We can look at that on the human level, the fleshly level, and say, yeah, you're absolutely right. Because I'm sure that a lot of you, like myself, have experienced trying to get a job or trying to get something done, but it seemed like it was really, really hard. But then when you tapped into the minds of someone who does know that particular thing, like how to fix something or where to go to get mechanics done or something, you may have a family member or a friend or somebody that you work with that has that information, and it's like, okay, now I know where I can go, I can get something done at a more affordable price. Or if you're trying to get a job, you may know somebody who is in that particular department, able to get your application pulled and get you the job. I've been there on numerous occasions, but even more deeply than that, I believe that once you know God, y'all know I was going to say it, once you know God, there are no limits. And I want to tell you why. In many occasions, I have been offered positions and worked in positions that I did not qualify for, including the one I'm in now. The position I'm in right now is more for a nurse than it is for a medical assistant. Yet, here I am working this position. And I don't find that to be a coincidence, because this has happened to me several times throughout my life where I did not qualify on paper, but because God had allowed people into my life, were in certain positions, they were able to pull me into that job. But even without other people, God has allowed me to get into positions that I did not qualify for. Now, I know you may be looking at me like, girl, it happens. Maybe your job just really needed somebody. And I understand you on that. I'm in a position where other people have applied for who had more experience than I have and who hold the title to have the position that I have. Yet, I got it. And I didn't even apply. The supervisor came to me and said, hey, why don't you apply for this position? We think you'll be a great fit. And I'm thinking, there's people outside applying. This is a brand new position. There's people internally that's applying that's been here way longer than I have. Yet, you're asking me to apply? It's like they already knew that as soon as I put in my application, I was going to get it, because they kept on checking. Did you put an application yet? Did you put an application yet? And at first, I was a little hesitant, because I'm like, I already know that this is a big position. Why me? But that's the problem. Don't ever deny the power of God. Because when He wants something for you, you're going to have it. It may not make sense. You don't know how it came about. You don't know why you was chosen, but God knows why you was chosen. And so because of that, I always remind myself that I know God. And whenever there's things that come up in my life where I'm frustrated, or I want to do better in a certain area, or I want something more and it seems like it's not happening, I have to wheel it back and remind myself, you may not have it on paper, but God knows the perfect position for you. You have to be patient. That thing isn't coming yet, because God knows the perfect person or the perfect thing to fill that space that you're asking to be filled. Be patient, because God knows. God knows you, and you know God, and you believe in God, and you need to keep your faith, because when God's ready for you to move, nothing in this world can stop you. And I just look over my life, you know, as a 34-year-old woman now, I'm about to be 35. I look over my life and I just have to give all thanks to God, because I seen where He has moved, and I'm like, how did I get that? Or how did this happen for me? You know, the things that I took for granted in my mind, you know, in our entitled minds, you kind of feel like, well, I deserve that. You know, I went to work. I was a good worker. I worked hard. I paid for this, and I did that, and I got this. But then you forget. It don't work like that for everybody. Even when I talk to some people and they tell me like, oh, I've never done this, or applied for jobs like that, but I've never got the opportunity. And it kind of puts me back into my space where I need to realize once again, that wasn't me. That was because of who I knew, and because I knew God. God seemed fit that that was the position that He wanted me to be in, so He put me there. I didn't put myself there. It ain't about being entitled. God has a reason for everything, and that's the most beautiful part Sometimes we get afraid of giving our lives to God because it's like, well, where's God's going to take me? What's going to happen now? We're so worried about the future and the what ifs and what am I going to do and what should I think? What should I feel? If you just relax and just give it to God. Okay, God, wherever you want me to go, I'll go. I promise you, your life would be so much better. All the worry, all the frustrations, you're going to naturally have them. I'm not going to say that it's just going to 100% go away. But the level of stress that I had before I truly knew God, before I truly just clenched onto Him and just say, you know what, I'm going to follow you and I'm going to allow you to do whatever you need to do in my life. The stress just kind of fizzled away in comparison to where it used to be before I got my relationship with God. Now, I know that I said that I had things happen throughout my life that I know only was God. It had to be. It made no sense. And that was before I truly knew God, but I knew God. I grew up knowing the importance of having a relationship with God. I just chose to go my own way. But you see, that's how good and how merciful and how graceful God is. Because even when I was like, you know what, God, I want to try this over here when you won't allow me. So in order to not disappoint you, I'm just going to go this way and I'm going to leave you right here. And you go help out the people who are ready for you. When I walked away, God was 10 steps behind me. Because He's never going to force Himself on you. He's going to be there though. Especially when He knows that you'll be back. When He knows He's not going to just, oh well, they're lost cause now, on to the next. Just like God left the 99 sheep to go after one, that's what He's going to do for you. But back to what I was saying. There's just been so many times in my life where I've seen the evidence of God showing up in my life, even when I did not ask for it. So I knew that it was because of who I knew that things were happening the way that it was. People would come and be like, oh, you know, this is going on, or I feel like God told me to bless you, and and it's just like, me, a sinner, but that's how He works. So yeah, you can brag about knowing certain people and whatever, but also just know that God works strategically. So He will put people in your life. He will send people in the flesh, especially if a relationship isn't strong. If you're not trying to have a relationship with Him, He'll send people in your life to speak into your life or to open doors in your life. It's not that person though. Remember, we all are spiritual beings. And we all have a higher spirit that is within us that helps us to get to the places that we're getting to get through life. Nobody knows how to navigate life without God. That's my opinion. That's what I believe. And I'm so sorry if you don't, but that's my belief. And I'm going to say it. So I believe that there's a lot of times where God will strategically put people in your life, so then they can help you to get to the next level. That's why they say some people are here for a reason, season, or a lifetime. That's not a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. So yes, you can move further in life based off of who you know. And the very best spirit to know, the very best thing to know is God. Get to know God. Because yeah, He's still going to be showing up and doing little things in your life. And you feel like, oh, this is people. This is a coincidence. It's all my hard work. I promise you, it's not. Again, like I was saying, get to know God and just watch how things blossom in your life. And how doors are going to open, the doors that you've been pulling on, banging on, trying to stick a hairpin in the key opening to try to break the lock. Those doors never budged. But once you connect with God and you start to put your faith in God and you allow God to move through your life and to help you to navigate through your life, watch how things turn for the better. God, life just becomes limitless. And you'll learn to take those L's. If the door don't open, you'll learn to say, it just wasn't for me, or not right now. But you'll still have faith. You'll know that God's working. I don't know what He's doing exactly, but He's working it out for me. Because it's not what you know, it's who you know. But y'all let me know what you think. Drop your comments in the comment box below. Or you can leave me an email. Let me know what you think there. We can discuss it in private. Or you can leave me a testimony. If you know what I'm talking about, if you've gone through this, let me know. And we can talk about your testimony, or if you want me to share it, I will share it for you without sharing any of your personal information. Or you can leave me a new topic idea that you want to hear about, that you need some understanding about, or you want to see what my thoughts are on it. And if I feel like it's something that I can't speak on, I will do that. But you let me know what you think, drop your comments. We'll keep this conversation going, and we will talk next time. Bye.